Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I can't believe the last time I chatted with you guys, it was 2022, which feels like yesterday.
I know.
Yeah.
And it was digital, so it's so nice to see you in person.
Yay.
Good to be here
Yes,
with you. Yeah.
and congrats on Zombies 4.
Thank
Thank you. It's nuts.
What was it like returning to this movie? Because both of you have been so booked and busy in between. You were just on Broadway. You have an EP coming out. How do you juggle all of that in between and come back to return to these characters that you've done for so long?
Great question. I think because of everything that's been going on, I definitely felt the most different in between 3 and 4.
Right.
Coming back to do Zombies 4, it just felt like a completely, I mean, we were in new positions, but I felt like a completely different person. Also, it was in a new location, so everything about this feels like the start of something new. Shout out High School Musical. But yeah, no, I feel like I really, for lack of better words, just stepped up to the plate this time. I felt like we both decided to put a lot on our shoulders this time around, and I think we walked the walk.
Yeah, I think it was really fulfilling just being on like the executive producing side and then also coming back as Ed and Addison, and like it's really funny because I know it's technically work and it is a job, and there was a lot of challenges that we faced for sure, but and it's a lot of hard work, but at the same time it does feel very like home, and it doesn't feel like work at all. And I feel like a lot of times like being on set and just being so comfortable with everybody, especially with Milo, like when we do scenes together, I feel like I don't really have to think at all, so that is really comfortable and really nice. So like it kind of was like a break in a way as well, if that, like, in a weird twisted
I mean,
way.
it is a vacation in a weird way.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
look, like it's definitely hard work, but you got to remind yourself, like, we're making movies for our job.
Right.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every other thing, there's just a lot of things to think about, especially meeting new people for the first time, whatever. And like this, you don't have to go through that
Yeah.
at all, you know?
We just care deeply is all.
I think that comes through in your performances, and I also want to talk about your role as executive producer, because what did that entail for you? What were some of, maybe, like, were there any calls that you made or anything when you look back you're like, oh, that was like, I did that, or,
Yeah.
you know?
There's definitely, there's lots of things that we, like, made aware to people, but I think there was an order of something that we thought would be more impactful if we switched around, which that was something I was really proud of. But also just being like a bridge between the creative side and the production side of things. I didn't really know what to expect getting into this role, but that's kind of the beauty of it, is you kind of find your strength and then bring that to the project.
Yeah, I feel like there was so many things, like with the script or the wardrobe or the casting as well. Like it was really cool being involved in everything. I think a huge thing that I like to advocate for is like the dancing. I feel like a lot of times like shooting dancing is really complicated sometimes, and so I guess in all like the edits I was like trying to advocate for seeing more of the dancing as much as possible. And I think it worked.
Yeah.
You do. It feels very dance heavy.
Yeah.
To the fact that, like,
Good.
as a viewer watching it, I was just like, how are they singing and dancing? I always think
Yeah.
that when I see a musical. It's just,
Yes.
it feels like you were doing all of it, singing, dancing, and acting all at 100.
Especially
which
the kids
some
had to dance
musicals-
on the beach.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which was crazy. And the dunes.
Yeah.
I was like, I felt really bad for them.
I know that they're
Yeah.
poor calves, but no, you do have to do it at 100, which is the crazy thing, because we spend weeks learning it, and then sometimes we'll do like 3 shots for this one section on us 4 or whatever, and then
That's it.
Then it's done. So you
Wow.
kind of have to go crazy. We take big breaks in between
Yeah.
because I sweat a lot.
In the makeup.
Yeah.
Which has to be difficult.
Yeah, and those poor dancers that are just going straight up for hours over and over again. I mean, they're very athletic.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
clear they learn so fast too.
Right.
It makes sense that that's all they do because they're really good at it.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, because the way, spoiler alert, the way this movie ended kind of felt like another cliffhanger. So are we thinking a Zombies 5?
Dude, why not?
Why not?
I mean, I think so.
I've said it once, I'll say it
Fingers
again.
crossed.
The universe can always use more Zombies movies. So,
Yeah.
what's up? I'm Milo Manheim.
I'm Meg Donnelly,
and you're watching Hollywire.